Come on, baby. That was my phone. You got this, boy. You got this. Hey, yo, what is going up, everyone? Going up.
Peace up, A-Town.
Hey, yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and we have a very important topic to talk about today, and it is kind of like, was I natty at 16 years old? Everyone in the gym thought that I wasn't natural. At 16 years old, I was bench pressing 225 for reps. I was squatting 500, deadlifting 500. And I looked better than a lot of people that were taking other things. So one, how did I do it? Two, was I taking a little bit of extra help at 16 years old? We are about to find out in this segment on exactly what I was doing to get so strong and so big so fast at 16. So sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy. We got a physique update to start this video. I told you guys that I was going to keep you guys in the loop on what is going on. So yeah, let's roll the intro. Is where we're at. 216. It's been a fresh minute since I've been 216 pounds. So I don't know, I'm gonna set this camera up and we'll do like a physique update.
You listen to UI Beats.
Mesdames et messieurs, s'il vous plaît, soyez prêts pour Aaron Chupa et Apotros. C'est parti.
I got it.
You know the story about a mouse named Lori. Yeah, Lori was a mouse in a big brown house. She called herself the mouse, but the mommy knows that little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross.
Physique update. I told you guys that I was gonna keep you guys up to date, and I'm honestly loving this diet because like I diet hard Monday to Friday. Saturday I get to spend some time with my girlfriend, go out to breakfast, go out to do things that I normally don't get to do during these contest preps, and Sunday get right back on track, get to work, make sure that we continue to make progress for the next week. Now I would never do that during like a real contest prep, so I kind of love the way that, I don't know, I can kind of take a break. What I don't love though is that they just like, the gyms are still closed here, and they're like, whoop-pa!
Whoop-pa! Drop down, snap, ah!
The gyms are going to be closed for another 28 days, and some of them have like legit finally said like, no, we're going to open, there's nothing you can do about it. So I mean, we're kind of just in the waiting game, but I haven't touched a weight in 7 days, and we're still holding that type of like leanness, that type of fullness. So, you know, gotta take what I can get right now. Maybe it's like a subscription from you when you just click that subscribe button. But let's get into the main topic of this video. And let's actually throw a throwback up to a simpler time when I was 16 years old.
Hey YouTube, Mark Plummer here. I was just doing my stretching when I thought I should introduce my new YouTube channel. So here's my new YouTube channel. It's called Noble Just Truth because any questions that you guys have, they're going to be answered completely truthful. And anything that I put on here, it will be completely truthful. This YouTube channel is about bodybuilding.
That was me when I was 16 years old, and as you can see, nothing's really changed. This is no bullshit, just to the truth. And was I on SARMs or steroids when I was 16 years old? And like, what was I taking? Because honestly, I get that question all the time. It's Mark, you squat 500 pounds after 6 months of training. You were overhead pressing 100-pound dumbbells for sets of 10 reps with only 7 months of training at age 16 years old. I was deadlifting 315 pounds my 3rd day in the gym.
Oh. Don't slam it that hard.
And everyone was like, you must have been taking something. You must have been on something. Like, what were you taking? The answer, guys, is a dose of hard fucking work. And I know that's kind of the cliche answer, but like, no, it's a dose of hard work and genetics. And I want to get into this because I feel that it's a very under-talked about subject. And this channel is all about, well, it's all about positivity, number 1. And 2, it's about setting up kids for success in the future. Because a lot of you guys know what happened to me and happened to my back. And I've kind of ruined my skin for the rest of my life. And I mean, like, it still hurts me to this day. And as much as I have this, like, lucky go, I don't give a fuck attitude, like, shit hurts when you guys comment, like, really rude things. And, like, send me personal messages about really rude things. And the reason that old YouTube channel didn't exist anymore is because, like, I got bullied out of it. And, like, I've said this a whole bunch of times. I believe in bullying. Bullying makes you a more confident person. And it, like, teaches you how to stick up for yourself. And I would be nowhere close to where I am if I didn't get wailed on every day in high school. Like, I went home for lunch every single day in high school because I had no friends. And if I did stay there, I'd get, like, beat up. I was, like, 4'8", like, 110 pounds. I couldn't defend myself. And, like, I had this big of a personality in that small body. And, like, people did not fuck with that. So if any of you guys have a big personality and a small body, like, keep fucking doing it. Like, seriously, because, like, fuck those people. And the amount of people that have came back and given me an apology, said, yo, we're so sorry for making fun of you during high school for, like, you wanting to, like, lift weights and be a bodybuilder, or, like, have come to me and asked me for advice now. So, guys, like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, like, please keep being yourself, because no one can take that away from you. And I kind of got off topic here. Let's get into this topic. So the first thing I want to talk about is hitting your natural peak. You hear this a lot. Everyone says you should hit your natural peak before you go on steroids. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. Please do not listen to this. You need to make the choice for yourself whether you want to go on the untested side and try to make this a career. I mean, you can make this a career on the natural side as well. It's just a lot harder. But if you want to make this a career, go into the untested side, compete for money, blah, 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 blah. Or you want to stay on the natural side and continue this as a hobby. Now, if you are really good with social media and marketing, you can do this naturally and still make a living at it. But we're just talking about, like, competing side of things. Okay? Awesome. So we're on the same page here. From the age of 16 to 19, I was 100% natural. My top lifts natural was a 575-pound squat, a 375-pound bench, and a 600-pound deadlift. And I was tested 7 times. And if you go back in the IPF, they have every drug test I've ever done logged. They were after a competition. They were in the off season, early random ass testing in the morning, and I passed every one. So you're probably wondering, how did I get so strong so fast? And 1, genetics. Like, I can't say anything other. I'm very genetically gifted to get strong, to be able to squat 500 pounds after 6 months of training. But the tip 2 that I'm going to share with you is probably going to help you, especially if you're in that 16 to 22 range and you are building a base. You cannot be scared to fail a lift. When I squatted 500 for the first time, guess how many times I failed that? 6. I failed a 500-pound squat 6 times before I got it. I would load up, 405, whoa! Nailed it. I'm like, yo, this is my day. I'm gonna do 500. 500, bam, right to the rails, didn't move it. That happened 6 times. But each of those times, I got better and better at lowering that weight. And when you are getting those stability muscles primed and getting your body primed for that heavy movement, when I hit 500 the first time, it was a joke. I'm like, it wasn't even hard because my body was ready for that 500-pound lift. Deadlift, the amount of times I barely budged it off the floor, but I tried anyways, was ridiculous. Dumbbell press, because I didn't have a spot a lot of the time, I would try to max out dumbbell press, guys. And then right when I would fail the lift, I'd be like, damn, didn't happen this time. Rip off the weight, do a whole bunch of repetitions, and then go on and train chest or train back or train anything like a bodybuilder. Kind of exactly how I train now. It's just I can't constantly max out like that because I'm in the mid-800s for squat, 500. It would just get hurt. But during that 16 to 19-year-old phase, you have to build that base. That's going to be the foundation of your success when you go to the untested side, or just the success in life, but especially when you go to the untested side. Your peak in powerlifting is like 25 to 30. Your peak in bodybuilding is like 25 to 40. You're not working on a very big window. Your natural peak will never come. I don't know if you guys know this, but you will continue to get better, unless you get hurt, but you will continue to get better for the rest of your life. So this whole natural peak thing, I don't really buy it, but I do buy in building an amazing base. If you're in the 16 to 19 age frame, don't look for these shortcuts to try to increase your muscles with SARMs or steroids or anything like that, because you have to remember, if I squat 500 naturally and I take steroids and squat 800, that's pretty good. If you squat 400 naturally and then take steroids, you may only get to 700. You know, we're talking about this type of ratio, and obviously you have freaks that just take these drugs with a 300-pound squat and squat 9, but we're talking for the majority of things. You can't be looking for these shortcuts on that. When I was 16 years old, I ate, slept, and trained. I was ditching class to go train. I was ditching school to get meals in. My teachers wouldn't let me eat in class. So you know what I did? I just didn't show up to class so I could get that meal in. Or I would just show up an hour late to our hour and 15-minute class because I needed to eat. That was the mentality I had. The third tip that I have, I don't even know what we're on, is that I was not scared to get a little bit fluffy. Now, I was eating, a meal to me would be 3 grilled cheese sandwiches, 2 scoops of protein. I got my protein, my fats, and my carbs, and that was a meal. A meal would be a protein shake and some pasta, or some steak and some rice and some popcorn. I would always hit protein, fats, and carbs. I was not scared to get a little bit bigger because I knew I was going to cut it down after. And that was my mentality since the day I started working out. And when I ended up deciding, I trained for 6 months. I'm like, I was a little bit fluffy. I was big. I'm like, I'm going to do a bodybuilding show because I want to. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to be an IFBB pro. I'm going to do a bodybuilding show. Since I ate everything and my body was just growing, I was getting stronger, I was building a good base, good muscle tissue. This is what I looked like at 16 years old. Basically, the mentality I had was just eat and get strong because you can lose the fat after. During that time, I learned so much about my body on what foods digest well, what foods didn't digest well. If you guys can build that base from 16 to 21 where you know what foods get you stronger, what foods make you leaner, what foods digest the best, what foods sit the best in you, what foods give you the most energy, when it's time to go to the untested side on 21 to 30, you're going to have so much of an advantage because 1, you'll have the base, and then 2, you'll have the knowledge about your body on how to succeed. And I don't feel that part of it is talked about nearly enough. So, I'm going to keep this video short. I kind of just wanted to wrap this up on, no, I was not taking anything at 16, and that is how I got so strong and so, I wouldn't say big, because there are 16-year-olds that are bigger than me, but that is how I got so strong and so muscular, so fast at 16 years old. And I, from the bottom of my heart, guys, like, please just take my advice and don't do it during that time, because this channel is all about, well, it's all about positivity, obviously, but this channel's about giving people the experience that I had when I wish that I had somebody to look up to like that. Now, I'm an only child. I would love to have 10 million little brothers and point them in the right direction, and that's kind of what this channel's about. I mean, I have completely screwed my skin up for the rest of my life because I just didn't have the knowledge of more frequent shots or a proper PCT. That's why I've made several videos on more frequent shots, dealing with steroid acne, and so on. I really just want to show you guys so many things that I just never had the opportunity to. And I don't even know who's still watching at this point, but like I wanted to show you guys that it's okay to be yourself as well. Watching that old YouTube video like made me really upset, because I was actually bullied out of that video completely. That video ended up getting around like to my school, and people were sending it to people, making fun of it, making fun of me, saying how stupid I was to like want to do this. Yeah, like they were making fun of me, saying how stupid it was to, like, I wanted to YouTube, and like this was like 7 years ago, guys. I wanted to do this forever. Like I wanted to be like this forever, and I was very small. Like I was very, very tiny. I was like 4'8", 110 pounds, like growing up, and I even still wanted to do this. And I had a very big personality for such a small person, and at least I'm bigger now. I'm still small, but I was just myself, and people didn't like that. I didn't fit in because of my big personality. I maybe had one friend, and I was just so passionate about this stuff, and they basically bullied me right out of it. I posted a video of me benching 2 plates at 16, and I had several comments saying like, I hope the bar slips and kills you. I hope that you break your ribs and die, because I bounced it a little too hard off my chest. And that was the comments, and that was the second video that I posted, and I ended up deleting that video, and I scrapped the whole channel together. So I basically mean like the biggest thing that if you could take away from this channel, if it isn't the steroids, if you never plan on using steroids, is if you could be yourself and not care. I'm still working on it. I hope we're all working on it. People attack me for my insecurities all the time. That I just want every single one of you guys just to be yourself. And if this channel could literally make one person see this light on like that, what the kids at school are saying doesn't matter, and what their parents are saying doesn't matter, and they could just open up and be themselves and not have to hide anymore, that's really all that I want from this channel. So, sorry to get off topic. If you're 16 years old, just a dose of hard work, and I hope everything works out.